Our Fox College Hoops triple header continues in the Treasure Valley, downtown Boise, Idaho, the site for late night Mountain West action featuring conference newcomer Grand Canyon and the benchmark Boise State Broncos. They're getting set for some late night action tonight. Buster's ready. Who needs coffee when you got Buster fired up? Staying up late with us tonight here in Mountain West Country. My name is Trent Rush, joined alongside by Greg Herenda tonight. Made his Fox debut. Welcome to the Fox family, Greg. Greg, of course, led Fairleigh Dickinson to the NCAA tournament a few years ago, and with us tonight. Speaking of the NCAA tournament, these are two teams we're used to seeing in March. Last 5 years, 7 tournament appearances between the two, and now an important January matchup.
Trent, we have 2 elite programs here tonight. They have great players, coaches. Right now they have to respond after difficult losses on Saturday, but this is going to be electric here.
It's going to be a lot of fun, and you look at the starting fives tonight, a little bit of a shakeup for Boise State. We've been used to seeing R.J. Keene and Drew Fielder in there. They are not starting. Instead, Aginaldo Nato will be making his first career start, as will Dominic Parolin. Meanwhile, for Grand Canyon, Jaden Henley up top, 17 points a game, 4th leading scorer in the Mountain West Conference. We are set for action tonight. Boise in their home whites, Grand Canyon, the Lopes, in their road purple, and the Lopes win the opening tip-off.
Broncos going right to man-to-man defense, Trent.
Grand Canyon 8-5 on the season, 1-1 in conference play. Boise State 9-5, 1-2 in league, coming off of a heartbreaking triple overtime defeat at San Diego State on Saturday.
Yeah, early you just see really good pressure on the basketball, but a bucket to start.
Yeah, from the freshman F.A. Demerel. 7-footer from Turkey gets the first basket of the game.
Again, the Lopes went right inside early to the big man. Defense was there. Right now, the Lopes playing man-to-man.
That's Jaden Buchanan picking up the dribble, goes back out. Nato fires the 3, misses off to the right, goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Grand Canyon basketball. Head coach for Boise State, Leon Rice. I mean, you can make a case outside of Brian Dutcher. He's the dean of this conference. Maybe he is anyway. Nobody has won more Mountain West regular season games than Leon Rice. Got to that mark after defeating New Mexico last week.
Yeah, we saw this afternoon in their shoot-around what a really good staff he has, what a great coach, and the program that he's built here in Boise.
Boise missed the NCAA tournament last year, played in the Crown, but they had been the previous 3 dances. Now Grand Canyon has been to 3 in a row, 4 out of 5. Buchanan goes up, gets taken away. And here comes Grand Canyon.
Great rim protection by the Lopes on the fast break by the Broncos.
Brian Moore inside, feeds Demerel for 2 more.
Demerel knows exactly what to do with the basketball once he gets it. Runs the floor, catches it, gathers. First 2 buckets for Demerel.
Yeah, Moore gets the assist there. He's the reigning mid-major player of the year. A transfer from Norfolk, part of a very good transfer class that Grand Canyon brought in. Led by their head coach, Bryce Drew. They try to go right back to Demerel. It goes out of bounds. And speaking of Bryce Drew, this is year 6 for him at Grand Canyon. He's taken them to 4 NCAA tournaments. In fact, first 13 years as a head coach, he's been to 7 dances. We all remember the shot that he hit back in 1998 for Valpo, a Valpo legend that is earning a lot of respect in the Arizona Valley these days.
Bryce is a winner. He was a really good basketball coach. We have 2 great coaches, very good programs going at it here tonight.
And leading Grand Canyon, Dan Marley had him for several years, making that transition into Division I, but Grand Canyon trying to take that next step, making the adjustment from the WAC to the Mountain West, and so far their defense is making an early statement tonight. This is Brian Moore.
Yeah, both teams playing hard defensively, pressure on the basketball. Not easy to get a good shot here.
Caleb shot goes underneath the feed to Demerel.
Effie is feeling it. They're going inside early, 3 for 3. for the big man from Turkey.
Yeah, he's used to being an impact player. He was a star for the Turkish national team. He's one of their leading players. Another missed three in the corner for Boise State. And a 6-0 run for the Lopes to begin this ball game. They're trying to extend it here. Yeah, why not? Go right back to Demerel. Inside out after on the swing pass. Three's missed. Offensive rebound. And it's back to Demerel for the slam.
It's the Demerel show. He's getting tired scoring so many points right now. He's 4 for 4 and has all 8 points in the game.
And again, Drew Fielder, who's been the starting center for Boise State, coming off the bench in this game, and he's going to sub in now, trying to find some way to stop F.A. Demerel. He picked up the last foul.
Yeah, Coach Drew here is saying, let's go inside to the big man. A big roll to the basket, finding him early and often. Great dime as well.
All 8 points so far for Grand Canyon. A personal 8-0 run to start the game. Dominic Parolin makes the free throw to get Boise on the board. And Wilhelm Breidenbach is going to go to the bench and just give number 17 a breather on 1-7.
Yeah, the big man did his job right there. And he was really had so much offensive impact. He was exhausted after the first 3 minutes, scoring 8 points.
Well, when you have a start like that, yeah, let's just get the man some rest. Maybe some oxygen in the altitude.
Oh, he'll be back in there, but that was a great start for the Lopes.
The 2 Parolin free throws and the 8-0 start for Grand Canyon. Washington transfer Breidenbach subs in. This is the shot. Spins his way into traffic, back out to Breidenbach. 6 to shoot. Running out of time, ball knocked away from Moore, and it's off the hands, it looks like, of NATO, and it's going to stay with Grand Canyon with 2 to shoot when we come back. What a start inside for the Lopes. They're on top in Boise, 8-2 early. The 7-footer from Turkey, F.A. Demerel, making an early statement tonight, Greg.
Yeah, right now he's rolling to the basket, and the Broncos are not finding him. It's hard not to find the 7'2", 240 guy, but Coach Drew's coming out and said, we're going inside. We're going to find our big man and establish post scoring. And F.A. stepped up in a big way. Needs a breather. He'll be back in the basketball game, but great start for the Lopes.
I think about the freshman. He comes to the United States from Turkey his very first week in Arizona. He says, you know what, I'm going to see the sights. I'm going to go to the Grand Canyon. They take him to beautiful Sedona, Arizona, and then gets the full entry into American life by checking out a Cardinals game when they beat the Chiefs in the preseason. So you see the Grand Canyon, Sedona, and an NFL football game in your first week. And now here he is on the road in a good atmosphere in Boise. First 8 points of the game, and Grand Canyon is on top 8-2 early. Inbound goes to Nana Osuo. And he ends up missing. Going a shot clock violation. This is Fielder coming off the bench. Bodied up by Breidenbach. Fielder with a little bit of space. He can shoot it and knocks down the tray from the right wing.
Great pick and pop. Fielder ready, coming off the bench and saying, guess what? I want the basketball. I'll shoot it. A big 3 for the Broncos.
It's 14th of the season. It's about 35% from behind the arc. All of a sudden, just a one-possession game. Back out into the corner. Shot no good. Wusu and Nane. Stop and pop. Henley. That was short. And Fielder gets the rebound. This is Buchanan. Turning on the Jets. Going all the way to the hoop. Count it and one.
That's an excellent take. In open court. Buchanan gets to the cup. He's so strong. Finishes. So you see him, he has his head up. He sees the lane and he takes it. Takes the hit and finishes the bucket. Impressive.
6th man of the year in the Mountain West a season ago. The senior from Lafayette, Indiana, averaging a dozen a night, gets 2 and now has a chance to tie the game. Last foul is on Dusty Stroman. It's a missing They had one opportunity. Mekhi Williams running the point for Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon started the game on an 8-0 run. Boise's bounced back with a 7-0 run.
Yeah, again, terrific defense on the basketball, guarding the ball screen much better here, but still looking inside.
Yeah, why not? Demerel's first miss. Right-hand hook shot, no good. Yeah, it seems like Grand Canyon early on has been a different team when Demerel was on the bench. This is Meadow, second leading scorer, gets hit. He'll get a couple of free throws here. Andrew Meadow, who had 25 points in the triple overtime loss at San Diego State on Saturday, an all-conference player in the Mountain West. Last foul on Caleb Shaw.
Yeah, Meadow last year had goggles, he had long hair. He's really kind of cleaned up his game. His look. He's a strong basketball player right there, very aggressive, getting to the foul line. Both teams coming out, you can feel a little bit of tension in both teams, in that they both are not used to coming off losses and want to win the game, and they're both going at it, but there's a little bit of unrest in play, and I think this will develop into a great affair.
Has been a bit of a glow-up for Andrew Meadow over the last 12 months or so, but you think for Grand Canyon, like they go on the road to win at Wyoming, but then they come back home for their second Mountain West game, and they end up getting beat pretty handily by Colorado State. So what kind of bounce back can they have now going into the toughest environment they've faced yet here at Boise State? Now they haven't scored in 2.5 minutes. Fielder made a three from the right wing a moment ago. Fakes from the left wing, goes to the hoop, challenges the freshman, but he missed.
Really good defense by FA, keeping the basketball in front. For 7'2" player, keeping the ball in front is not an easy task. He did it well.
And now a turnover, ball on the baseline, out of bounds. Is going to stay with Grand Canyon with 18 to shoot. Trying to find a way to stop this 9-0 Boise run.
It drives to the basket. Everyone's on the floor. It looks like it was kicked out of bounds, and now I think they're...
And they just showed the replay on the video board. You could see where it hit Carmichael in the face. He went after it. I'm not sure that Carmichael was out of bounds. Leon Rice has the option to challenge this if he'd like, but I don't know if he will.
He went to his staff, and they said, do not challenge. So obviously on the telestrator that they have on the bench, there's no challenge.
Remember, if he uses that challenge and loses it, he doesn't get it back for the rest of the game. And the loss of a timeout, not as meaningful in the first half. The loss of the challenge would be, and now a foul on the rebound try. That's going to go against Owusu Ananu.
Yeah, physicality in this basketball game is apparent on both ends of the floor. When the ball gets near the basket, there's players are going after one another, and nothing is going to be easy here tonight in the Mountain West.
Boise State knows all about that tough schedule this year. 12th hardest schedule in the nation. Fielder was begging for a foul. He didn't get it. Now we'll see if Grand Canyon can end their drought of over 3 minutes. Williams up top, knocks it down.
Mekhi Williams is a scorer. He just used that ball screen perfectly for the pull-up, too. He can really score the basketball.
Freshman of the year in the WAC a season ago at UT Arlington. The freshman Demerel altering the shot out of bounds. It's going to stay with Boise State with 15 on the timer. Now we'll see R.J. Keene and Dylan Andrews for the first time.
Yeah, mass substitutions here. It's a late game. It's a 9 o'clock game. I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but right now players look tired. You know, early in the game, getting their wind and getting their legs underneath them.
Grand Canyon started this game on an 8-0 run, thanks in all part to F.A. Demerel. Now Boise State has gone on a 9-0 run. Welcome to Mountain West Country. And those joining us on FS1, good matchup tonight between Grand Canyon and Boise State. Tough road test for Grand Canyon, the newcomer to the Mountain West Conference, against Old Faithful and Boise State, what they have meant as a benchmark program in this league. My name is Trent Rush, right alongside by Greg Horrenda, the coach that took Fairleigh Dickinson to the NCAA tournament a few years back. And now with us, part of our Fox family tonight. Bryden Buck, the Washington transfer, sees a three slip off the rim, and now here comes Boise State.
Trent, last possession, the Lopes went to a 1-3-1 zone. So Coach Bryce Drew is pulling everything out early, defensively and offensively.
Fielder spins into traffic. It was taken away. And now here comes Grand Canyon in transition. Fans here at Boise wanted a foul call. Stromer instead fouled on the other side, and he'll be shooting two after the timeout. For those on FS2, be sure to flip over to FS1, where our action continues on the other side of this break, where it's the Lopes up by one. Wildcard weekend has two huge games on Fox. Saturday, MVP frontrunner Matthew Stafford leads the Rams against Bryce Young and the Panthers. Then on Sunday, Jalen Hurts and the defending champion Eagles take on Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers. It's Wildcard weekend, powered by Verizon, Saturday and Sunday on Fox. They know a thing or two about football in these parts here on the campus of Boise State University. Getting into it tonight. Everybody, even some mascot love. Leon Rice taking a break. Buster is trying to get everybody fired up. Buster the Bronco.
I love Buster.
He's brought the energy tonight. There's no denying that. Dusty Stromer makes the free throw.
Seems to be a lid on the basket. 2 for 12 for Boise to start. 5 for 15. Other than Effie scoring the basketball early. Good defense, but shooting, not so much.
Stromer gets those free throws, the Gonzaga transfer. Now Grand Canyon goes up by 3. This game started on an 8-0 Grand Canyon run before Boise bounced back with a 9-0 run, and last 4 points have gone to the Lopes.
Yeah, Lopes back to the 1-3-1, so Coach Drew is mixing it up pretty well, making it difficult for the Broncos to find a basket.
Aaron's on his own miss there to clean it up and put it back.
That's the way to do it, to get on the glass, tough baskets, just keep on working the basketball, but the 1-3-1 is an effective tool for Coach Drew.
Yeah, Stromer known for being a really good three-point shooter, but defensively could have his hands full with Aaron's tonight, the freshman. Looking for somewhere to go. Bryden Buck with the pass through the hands of Henley.
They're really looking to go inside. The Lopes are, but right now, a turnover. But again, great way to stay on top of the glass. When the ball's not going in the basket, stay on the glass. The Lopes now back to man-to-man.
Aaron's coming over the top in the corner for Keene, who's coming off the bench for just the second time this season. Dylan Andrews' three is no good. UCLA transfer misses.
Trent, bodies are flailing all over the court here, so it's Mountain West basketball.
Contact at the hoop. Henley gets the whistle and an and-one opportunity.
Yeah, Jaden Henley finally gets to the basket, gets fouled. Strong, elite scorer, makes a statement on that bucket and one. Yeah, he has a nose for the rim. He has a nose to score. And really good players not only score, but can get to the foul line. You did that well right there.
The foul on Keene is first. The story for Jaden Henley, he's had quite the journey in college basketball. He was UNLV's second leading scorer last year, but started his career at Minnesota, then DePaul, then he ends up in Vegas, and now here he is, fourth leading scorer in the Mountain West Conference, leading Grand Canyon in their transition from the WAC. Important player for Bryce Drew.
Back to the 1-3-1, so Coach Drew's really mixing it up, and turns over the Broncos there. So offensively, the Broncos have to distinguish what defense the Lopes are in, and right now they're disguising it well.
And we're seeing Bryce Drew's team do a good job against the Boise State squad that struggled in the first half at San Diego State. In fact, they trailed the Aztecs by 21 points at halftime, came back to force what ended up being 3 overtimes, but there was a very real possibility Boise could have won that game in regulation, coming all the way back. And so far, game of the year in the Mountain West, 6 to shoot, contact at the hoop, second chance for Henley, out of bounds. It's going to stay with the Lopes, and the fans right behind the basket on that side are letting the officials hear it early on.
Yeah, good contest by the Broncos. Ball goes out of bounds. Again, they're checking. They're not going to challenge as the basketball goes off.
And look,
it's very close. I mean, very close. But Leon Rice decides not to.
Only 2 seconds, and Henley didn't know it. He was unaware of the shot clock, and it ends up being a shot clock violation. There are only 4 seconds to shoot, and a mental error leads to a turnover.
Yeah, again, with 4, they hand off. He doesn't realize it, and he's just dribbling it out. And it's ironic because he's a scorer. You give him the basketball, usually he's going to look to score, but now with only 4 ticks to go, he put the ball to the floor, and turnover for the Lopes. 1-3-1, giving him a hard time, Trent.
Yeah, Stroman with the takeaway. Stromer, rather, now trying to go underneath. Demerol. Both teams playing some hardy defense tonight. You can expect that in these games in the Mountain West.
Well, again, we said it pre-game that both of these teams really have to respond, and I think playing hard is 100% what they're doing, but now playing well, taking care of the basketball, making shots. We're still waiting for that, Trent.
Each team with 3 turnovers so far, just past the midway point in this opening half. Nato's pass knocked out of bounds. It's going to stay with Boise State here. Neither team has really been all that effective in converting off of the turnovers to this point. 15 to shoot. Andrews, pass into the corner. Javen Buchanan gets into the lane, and he gets an and one.
Buchanan is so composed when he has the basketball, puts the ball to the floor, he reads the defense, and again, here his head is up, he knows he has a smaller player, takes the hit, floats it, kisses it off the glass. He's an elite scorer around the basket here in the Mountain West. He's fun to watch. Had an incredible game against San Diego State. And,
yeah, 29 points in what really did feel like a breakout performance for him, but that's a talented player. He converts the and one, just a 1-point game. Grand Canyon leading, they have the ball. Brian Moore. Dusty Stromer found a seam before it's swatted. Fielder with the rejection. Meadow leading the break, but it's knocked away.
There is nothing easy going on here tonight. The defense is everywhere. You have to be really strong with the basketball, be aware of help side defense. Right there, the Broncos were not.
Demerol trying to get the backdoor cut to Moore, but he let him too far.
Again, Demerol there was well outside the three-point lane. To make that pass is difficult, especially against the pressure of the Bronco defense. So one team here has to be able to control the basketball, reverse the basketball, and get better shots. There's good defense going on, but we need some better offense.
Grand Canyon has 4 turnovers in the game. 3 have been in the last 2 minutes, and neither team is scoring right now as Buchanan misses. Boise State 2 of the last 11, as is Grand Canyon. Make it 2 of 12. Now Andrews is fouled. Trying to get out and run. I mean, really, the strategy at this point is trying to find a way to get to the basket. Grand Canyon 0 of 6 from behind the arc. Boise State 1 for 7.
Yeah, it's not offensive highlight tape that we're watching right now. But it's good, hard-nosed defense, and this is conference play. Nothing's going to be easy. We have a lot of strong, athletic guys that cover the rim. But again, one more pass comes down to fundamentals here.
Front end of the 1-and-1. It's that last foul put Boise in the bonus. So Andrews gets that. We saw a shooting percentage a moment ago, 29.5%. For the UCLA transfer, Dylan Andrews, 2 years ago, he was a very key piece for the Bruins. And now here he is in Boise, and you're just kind of, you just want to see Dylan Andrews get some shots to fall. The talent's there, and he's doing a good job distributing.
He's a terrific free throw shooter. But now, can he make threes? Can he make baskets off the dribble? He's a very talented player. It will happen. He makes 2 big threes here, and it's a little bit of a slugfest right now.
Well, his 2 made free throws put Boise State up by 1, 16-15. About 8 minutes to go here in this first half. There was no space for Caleb Shaw, and then Meadow pokes it loose. Fighting for it with Breidenbach. Oh, we got ourselves a battle in Boise tonight. That defensive intensity on display here late night Mountain West hoops to cap our triple header on Fox. It's Boise by 1. I know Halloween is in October, but it doesn't mean you can't dress up in January. That's what we got some Boise fans doing late night Mountain West hoops. He's Greg Horrenda. My name is Trent Rush. I don't know his name, but I kind of want to. He looks like he's having some fun tonight. By the way, you talk about stability and success. Leon Rice has been that at Boise State. When you're on a list with Mark Few, Tom Izzo, Randy Bennett, out west, Russ Turner has done an amazing job at UC Irvine, but 325 wins in 16 years at Boise State. And he's got a real good program going.
Yeah, longevity, doing it the right way, bringing in elite players, and playing and sitting next to Coach Few's son. He's one of the game's great coaches, and he has a great staff, so it's he's in an elite company and he deserves it.
It's a very good staff. When you talk about Mike Burns on the defensive side and Tim Duryea on offense, and Roberto Bergeson, Lexus Williams, a very good staff. And then you mentioned A.J. Few that was sitting next to Coach, Mark Few's son. And Kobe Carl also on the staff this year. In fact, George Carl was just here last week watching this Boise State team.
It's all in the family. It's some great families that come together and success follows.
Kai Williams back out. Breidenbach rattles out. Meadow dove for it, couldn't pick it up, and then Stromer threw it to no man's land.
Yeah, the ball's might come to us soon, Trent. Okay, the ball is flying all over the place tonight. It has a lot to do with the defense, but again, ball security, slowing down, taking care of the basketball. It's what the coaches preach every day, and right now, not so much.
Grand Canyon in a stretch here. They've missed 4 straight shots, 5 turnovers in the last 3 minutes, and they haven't scored in that team time. Carmichael knocks it down. This is the second 3 of the night for Boise State. It's a big one, puts them up 2 possessions.
A very aggressive player. When he gets the ball, he has open look. He'll shoot it. He'll put it to the deck. Oregon kid, excellent basketball player.
Williams trying to stop the 8-0 run for Boise, and he does just that. The step back 3 from Kai Williams, the first of the night for GCU.
Here we go, 2 threes back to back. The rim is open.
Fielder using that right hand.
Excellent move off the bounce. 2-foot jump stop, comes back to his right hand for jump hook.
You know, for all the defense we've seen tonight, last 3 possessions, felt like watching an NBA game. Knocking down shots everywhere. Williams lost the handle on it. 8 seconds. This is Stromer. 5 seconds now. Stromer gets in the bucket and scores. Whoa.
Tough take late in the clock. Stromer, Gonzaga transfer. Big time bucket late.
And basketball in his blood. His grandfather, Dick Tinkham, co-founder of the ABA and the Pacers. Meanwhile, some hard contact off ball.
Trent, I've never seen more guys on the floor in the first 14.5 minutes. These guys are playing really, really hard. It's very, very physical. Stromer here again gets downhill, wards off the defender, kisses it off the glass. At the end of the clock in college basketball, it's really, really important to have players that can finish. Dusty Stromer did just that.
4 points for Stromer. You know, he had offers. Houston, UCLA, Arizona, chose to go to Gonzaga, was a starter for him. Saw his role reduced last year, and now a new opportunity for him at Grand Canyon, having a big game tonight. Feeds the early beast in Demerel, and then he's fouled in the second try. So 2 free throws coming. And that's the second on Carmine.
I think we're taking it out underneath the basket here.
Forget
said that's fine. The foul was just before the attempt. They get a fresh 20 on the clock.
It's over to Williams. He's going to fight with the 3 a moment ago. Left that one short from mid-range. Keene was fighting for it. Henley ends up with it. Stromer now, left wing 3. Slips off. And then it just gets taken away. Owusu and Nene. Second chance for Stromer. He missed it. Physical basketball tonight in Boise.
And passionate fans.
And now a takeaway. Open lane for Williams with the flush. Makai Williams rose up, throws it down, and gives the Lopes the lead with 4:36 left in the half. Timeout called by Boise State.
Yeah, again, Williams with really quick hands, goes coast to coast, showing some NBA talent, making threes, stealing, and getting the ball all the way to the cup.
Now for Makai Williams, he was starting some games, made 6 starts in November and early December, and then he got moved to the bench. And in the 5 games since he got moved back to the bench, he's averaging close to 16 a game, 15.6 points per game in that span. He's their second leading scorer at 12 a night as it is. But when you can get a spark plug like that, all right, so it wasn't really working in the starting rotation. The minutes have been the same, but his impact much greater at the second unit.
Yeah, it shows maturity. A lot of guys can handle that in a bunch of different ways, but Makai now maybe takes the heat off. He comes off the bench. He's a tough matchup. He can hurt you off the dribble. He can make threes. He steals the basketball. He finds people. He's an exceptional player when he's going, man. He's fun to watch.
Had the last steal 5 already for Grand Canyon. 8 turnovers for Boise State in the first half. There's Nato to the rim.
Yeah, Nato, a freshman from Angola, strong, athletic, to the cup. That's a really strong matchup between Williams and Nato.
Nato getting his first bucket on a night where he makes his first collegiate start. Henley stopped to the hoop. Second chance. That one also no good, and that goes off of Parallel. It's going to stay with Grand Canyon when we come back. 3:49 left in the first half. Here in a bruising effort in Boise, where the Broncos are up 23-22.
Right here, we can see Nato on his catch, gets downhill. So it's important to see that he backstreet, he catches. It looks like he's going right, then he gets downhill left. Then he puts his body into FA for 2 points. Now that's a freshman making an upper class move right there. He's a strong, good-looking young player that's not an easy thing. It might look easy, but it was not. And getting to start tonight, people act differently. And right there, he seems like, just you make that bucket, can change things for himself and his team.
Yeah, the freshman on freshman crime got right around Demerel, who's been quiet since scoring the first 8 points of this game. Hasn't scored 6. Hard to the ground goes Jaden Henley. He'll bounce right back up and shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, Jaden Henley is getting by his defenders. We see it here. Now, as he's getting to that basket, he's creating some contact, but he still needs to get the basketball up to the rim. But again, getting free throws is important. It sets up Coach Drew's defense, but getting by people is Henley's strength.
Coming up to half, we're going to have our first half highlights and stats. Then Mike Hill and Casey Jacobson going to have the highlights from around the nation tonight. That's all coming up at halftime here on FS1. 1 of 2 from the stripe. We're all square. 23 apiece. A little over 3.5 to go in the first. Aaron just picked up his second foul, staying in the game.
See the Lopes doubling down on the low post feed, trying to keep the Broncos away from the basket as the clock ticks down.
5 seconds now. Pull up for Andrews. Left it short.
Yeah, really strong defensive scheme by Coach Bryce Drew.
Meanwhile, a 3 on the left wing. Nana Owusu-Anene able to convert his first points of the night. Puts the Lopes up 3.
Transfer from Brown. He's really worked on his game. And again, he makes a bucket. Now he blocks a shot. Getting into the flow of the game. He's a talented young man.
Everyone talks about defense to offense. Well, that's an offense to defense, and it results in 2 for Henley.
Right there, Henley had too much room to operate. And when you give good players opportunities, space, the baskets gets a little bit bigger.
Demerel got hit at the end of the play, and now a free lane for Moore. Look out, plays it in.
Transition offense, hard work. FA got hit square in the jaw, but he's still calling out the screen.
And now an 8-0 run for Grand Canyon. A foul away from the basketball. And that's going to go against Moore. That foul's his second. That's a big foul.
And again, on the floor. I mean, the first guy on the floor is going to win it. And it translates to transition, quick offense for Moore. So the harder you work, the more you get on the floor. No pun intended, but Moore finishes it.
Moore, the Harlem native. He went up. I thought he was going to go with the big dunk and said, you know what, we'll take the 2 points in the 8-0 run.
I think these guys are playing so hard that their energy level is getting expended. I think both coaches are going to their benches, and this is we're not going away early. It was a late start. It might be a later finish.
Andrews gets that free throw for Boise State. Ends Grand Canyon's 8-0 run. Still a 12-3 run that the Lopes are on, as Grand Canyon made it a 3-possession game momentarily. So that Dylan Andrews free throw, he gets the second as well.
He's got a beautiful stroke on his free throw. I mean, it really does. Beautiful stroke, and strong player, UCLA transfer. Great matchup with Kai Williams.
Up over 85% from the line this season. Good entry pass, too easy for Jaden Henley.
Yeah, Shaw, find him, head up. When you don't have your hands up defensively and you let a bullet pass be made from 20-plus feet, it's a problem.
Battle at the bucket ends up in a purple hand. It's Grand Canyon. Owusu-Anene. Step back. Corner 3 short.
Excellent defense by Buchanan right there. Stayed with Williams the whole possession. Nothing easy.
Meadow got hit at the end of the play. Caleb Shaw came in, picked up his 3rd foul with 1:18 to go in the first.
Yeah, again, when you have your hands down, not only can you give up a three, but you give up an assist. And right there, weak side back screen for Henley, and a great bullet pass by Caleb Shaw.
Caleb Shaw, the nephew of Bryce Drew, all part of a wild family dynamic at Grand Canyon. Dad Casey, one of the top assistants. It's Andrew Meadow able to hit the free throw. Second one is good.
Yeah, big 1 minute, 18 second stretch here. A 5-point Lope lead. Crucial to get in tight here if you're a Bronco fan, a Bronco player, Bronco coach. Stops and scores.
Meanwhile, I know Boise State's making free throws. They haven't made a field goal in 3.5 minutes. Demerel spinning through traffic, gets the right hand. He's in double figures with 10, and a timeout called by Grand Canyon.
Great composure by the big man. It was a short roll pass on the reception. He had a lot of there's traffic right here. You see Nato, Meadows has the composure, jump hook. Not an ordinary freshman play by Demerel.
Had all kind of success with the Turkish national team.
Yeah.
And you can tell this team's starting to feel it right now. F.A. Demerel, outstanding opening half at the first 8 points of the game, a couple of block shots, then has that bucket, trying to bookend what's been a strong half for the freshman from Turkey.
Trent, I know the game has gotten to the three ball, but there's nothing like having a big player that you can throw to inside, calms everybody down. Tonight he's scoring, but he can pass the basketball. It takes the pressure off of the defense. So going inside, Coach Drew, great tactic, 1-3-1, changing up defenses.
Meanwhile, Boise State still looking for that interior answer defensively and trying to get it from Drew Fielder, who came off the bench in this game. Georgetown transferred. Pass goes over to Dylan Andrews. 15 to shoot. Big hop goes over Demerel, missed it, and the rebound goes off to Henley. 3-second differential shot clock, game clock.
Now again, end of clock here. Be prepared for an offensive rebound opportunity, and conversely, the Broncos could push it. The Lopes need to get back. So one possession and a little, very important here late.
Moore passes with 6 seconds. Good look for Henley. It's short. Offensive rebound. Demerel, count it! And he'll get a chance to turn 2 into 3.
Some players come out, you know, when you first get over international players, it takes time. And sometimes it happens in December, January, but guess what? January 7th, mark it down. And he's feeling it. His teammates, the bench, just a great effort, the reach that he has, and the finish. That's an athletic basketball move for 7-footer.
F.A. has been as effective as it gets. He converts the and one. 13 first half points, final 3 seconds. Andrews will take the final heat. No, he won't. He gets stopped in the corner, and Grand Canyon holds Boise State without a field goal. The final 4 minutes and change. They take a 10-point lead into halftime, 37-27. Our halftime score, and what could be a big upset on the road for Grand Canyon, trying to make an early season statement tonight in Boise here at the half. Buster the Bronco hoping that Boise State can figure out some of his energy. Grand Canyon with a 10-point lead at halftime. How do you spell effective EFE? F.A. Demerel has been incredible so far for Grand Canyon so far tonight. My name is Trent Rush. Greg Horrenda is with us right now. We can talk about Demerel all day long. Yes. He's been awesome. But to get a 10-point lead at halftime, it's really been all about the defense for the Lopes.
Bryce Drew is a great three-point shooter, but he's a very underrated defensive coach. The activity on the floor, the entire first half, covering the rim, leading to transition buckets, playing from behind. They're just doing everything. And again, we talked about responding on the double down. they're responding on a defensive end, and then Effie is the contributor on offense. So it's really an enlightening, it's a great locker room right now if you're a Lope fan.
And Grand Canyon's been good defensively. Third best defensive team in the conference. 70 or less, 6 of the last 8. How about Boise State? No field goals the final 4:24 they have, shooting 28% in the opening 20 minutes.
You talk about stops and scores. Impressive. Taking a 1-3-1 zone, then going to man, back and forth. The chess match was won by the Lopes.
Yeah, it certainly was. They have a 10-point lead on the road at Boise State. Wow, a shocking start to this game where Grand Canyon has the lead, 37-27. Plenty more coming up right after this. The Boise faithful hoping they can help bring Boise back tonight. Broncos down 10 on their home floor here in game number 4 for them in Mountain West action. My name is Trent Rusher, alongside by Greg Horrenda tonight. The coach knows what it's like to coach the NCAA tournament. He's making his Fox debut with us tonight. Greg, so far in that opening half, it was defense and rebounding that led to so much success for Grand Canyon.
Yeah, totally. Coach Drew talked about it was glass, desperation. You just look at the differential, and the team responded. Physicality, everything that coach wanted in that first half, came through. Now the second half, the Broncos make adjustments, and so it's a chess match. But first half, clearly to the Lopes.
Boise has been such a good rebounding team this year. That is a shocking stat we saw a moment ago. +8 on average on the year to be -7 in the half tonight. Pretty wild. But Bryce Drew, a winner everywhere he's been. Now trying to do that in the Mountain West.
As a coach, you emphasize certain things, and the players will. So we hope that they don't forget about the other things.
Sure.
So there's so many parts of the game, but physicality, rebounding, and now a clock issue. So we have a lot going on in the Mountain West. The second half is going to be on now. The Broncos are coming after them.
You'd think you're in Boise State. They want to make sure that they can forget that first half as soon as possible. What do you think it was like in that Bronco locker room at halftime? Made some adjustments with the starting lineup before the game, and it was something that was clearly too much in the first half for Boise to overcome early on.
Yeah, it wasn't a pleasant. Absolutely. So we're trying to get the clock situated. Didn't really move at all, did it?
I don't think so, but it's not resetting, but it's not synced up right now. So they're trying to get that figured out right now. They'll do it. They got a good crew here at Boise State, but you talk about the family at Boise State. The family dynamic at Grand Canyon is insane when you think about it. Okay, so follow along here. I feel like we're looking at Genesis 10, trying to keep the family tree in order here. But you started with where Bryce Drew fits in. He's Casey Shaw's brother-in-law. The Shaw family, or Casey's wife, Bryce's sister, is the vice president at Grand Canyon. Caleb and Luke are on the team. Isaiah was at Grand Canyon, now Northern Arizona, spent some time at Valpo, where of course Bryce Drew is a legend. And then Homer Drew, Bryce's dad, a legend here as well at Grand Canyon. So those are some family ties that run very deep in Phoenix.
It's all in the family, and tonight the family's coming through in a big way.
Yeah, the family has been excellent, and up by 10. Really creating so much with defense. Boise State did not score a field goal in the final 4:24, the opening half. There's Shaw trying to get the entry pass to Demerel, who was held. No whistle. Now, Meadow got a lot of Demerel there, but as we've seen so much tonight, officials letting them play.
Physicality. Coach Drew wanted the call. I like the way he operates on the sidelines without, really losing it. Lets the referees know, but right there he was clearly held, and a turnover, and now a quick foul on the other end. So Coach Drew just wants
Owusu
to go both ways.
And that's his second. So Andrews will inbound underneath for Boise State. Parolin left alone. I don't think you could believe he was that alone.
Yeah. Scouting report gave FA was clearly in the paint. It was not coming out. They'll take that three and the rebound as well.
Shaw on the other side answers with a corner tray. That puts Grand Canyon up by 13 points early in this second half.
Good defense translates to good offense. So more of the same to start the second half for the Lopes.
Grand Canyon 6-1 this year when Caleb Shaw hits a three, and he just made that last one. Buchanan on the other end, a miss, and the rebound to Demerel.
When you get down at home, you're down 13 points. You want to, get back into it, and now a quick, ill-advised three is not the answer.
And a follow-up for Gene Henley. So now a 5-0 run to start the second half.
You could feel it in the building. Like right now, the bench for the Lopes is up, and they're taking the building over here in Boise.
When Grand Canyon joined the Mountain West, I think a lot of folks could acknowledge how tough the Lopes are going to be at home as Shaw misses the corner three from the other side. A home court advantage that is unrivaled on the West Coast. It's one of the best home court advantages in all of college basketball. But for Grand Canyon to go do this on the road to start this game, I think this has got to be shocking a lot of people around this country.
It really is, and it's starting now again in the second half with offense. Your hands down, and threes are made. Henley's starting to cook. So right now, confidence in this game of college basketball is huge, and the Lopes have it all going in their direction.
So a timeout on the floor, and they're going to, okay, so we'll step aside as well. So timeout on the floor called by Grand Canyon, and the Lopes enjoying a 15-point lead. They're going to challenge this play. We'll sort it out when we come back. All right, so 18:03 to go here in this game. Bryce Drew just challenged this last play where it looked like it was off Owusu and Nene.
The ball is going to stand as Boise's ball. 24 seconds on the shot clock.
And trying to see if Buchanan ever got a piece of that one again after it was touched by Owusu and Nene. I think the officials got this right.
100%. And it was just such a close observation that with the lead and the momentum to use that in that situation.
Yeah, it felt like that was
a timeout.
And the right to challenge the rest of the game. And then Buchanan ends up missing. Carmichael up top, left alone, slips off the iron. Neto trying to will himself back into this game. He gets a rebound, put back two.
And those challenges and delays, you never know how it's going to react on the basketball floor. And right there, advantage Broncos.
That's the first field goal for Neto in this game. An all-conference player, second leading scorer for Boise State. Henley with 8 to shoot. Caleb Shaw now on the dribble drive, off the window for two.
Yeah, Caleb Shaw just put his shoulder down and was not to be denied right there. A great answer by the Lopes.
Caleb Shaw, 5 second-half points. Grand Canyon up by 15, 3 minutes into the second half.
Again, Grand Canyon just keeping the basketball in front, playing good pick-and-roll defense. Nowhere to go.
In the corner, Buchanan, another missed three. Boise's now 2 for 13.
And Trent, their three-point shots, that wasn't a bad kick out, but they're not in rhythm. So it makes it difficult to get on a little bit of a run.
Extra pass into the corner, Owusu and Nene!
That was great ball movement. That's the kind of movement that's going to increase your three-point shooting statistics, quiets the crowd, big-time three.
Andrews with a hip check. That's going to be a foul on Brian Moore. That's now 3 on Moore. So a foul he couldn't afford, but meanwhile, this to give an 18-point edge.
We watch it here again. It's penetration to a 2 to a 3. So that ball is moving. People are prepared for it. Your feet are getting set. Consequently, a made 3. So ball movement, body movement, essential for good offense. The Lopes back to 1-3-1 defense on this side of the floor.
Buchanan swing pass. Nato throws it away. Was trying to get it to Fielder, but in his way was the man of the night, F.A. Demerel. It's all Lopes up 18. Saturday, it's a Big 12 showdown as 22nd ranked Kansas takes on West Virginia at noon Eastern, only on Fox. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing how Boise State is going to bounce back, if they can bounce back, on their home floor tonight, trailing by 18 against Grand Canyon. And great to think that this Boise State team, just on Saturday, 3 overtimes at San Diego State, we wondered how they were going to bounce back. So far, not so good.
Well, guess what? Grand Canyon had to bounce back, and they did. And the Broncos, just, you know, you have a home crowd, the place is not full, and they just have not responded. We talked about it. This was going to be a game of response, and the Lopes of responding. There's still an eternity left, 16 minutes, but right now the guys in the purple are outplaying the guys in the white.
And let's also not forget that Boise State is the same team that, again, just 4 days ago, they were down by 21 at halftime and had a chance to win it in regulation at San Diego State. So they can turn it on, and when they do, they're as tough as anybody. Just 2 to shoot. Williams has to get rid of it. Does just in the nick of time. Left it short. Boise will take over a stop out of the timeout.
Exactly. Out of a timeout, we have to stop and score. They know how to do this. They've been in this situation before. But they're playing a Grand Canyon team that right now believes in themselves. So it's a whole different animal in their building.
Boise hasn't scored in close to 3 minutes against this staunch Lopes defense.
Yeah, it just seems like wherever the ball is, the purple wave is there. Henley's got really active hands. They're together.
Fielder with his second 3 of the night, just the 3rd of the game for Boise State. They needed that in the worst way.
They need that big time just to get themselves going, get the crowd back involved in the game. Big shot right there.
Boise State just 3 of 14 from 3, only 27% shooting in the game, and then a foul on Williams prevents a fast break try for Nato. And they're going to review this and see if it's going to end up being a flagrant.
There's a lot to unpack there. Intentional, clear path. It was more than just a foul, but it was it was an intentional foul. Right here, the strip, okay? And now Williams just grabs him, flails his hands. So the referees are looking at it.
So the thing about this is, I mean, both guys were fighting for it well before. I mean, there was contact on both sides, but the way this happens, the clear path thing, and you look at the rules here for what is a flagrant foul.
That was definitely a flagrant one. That was not unnecessary or excessive. That's a guy getting stripped and didn't really, he was just trying to slow down his opponent. It was intentional, but I don't think it raises to the flagrant level. Now, right now, Coach Drew is like, he doesn't want to lose this momentum, and plays like this, turnovers and fouls will let the Broncos get back in the basketball game.
Well, there was it looked like maybe a grabbing of the jersey before the second contact,
right,
where the whistle was blown. See if we get a ruling on this here in a moment.
After review, the call's been upgraded to a flagrant foul. Penalty 1, be 2 shots, ball inbounded in the backcourt for Boise State.
Yep.
All right, so a flagrant 1, the call on the floor. and
Yeah,
Williams.
I think that's justified. Like when you go out and blatantly go grab the guy after the turnover, I don't think there was anything excessive there. It's 2 shots, and the basketball be a side out of bounds. So.
Yeah, intentional, yes. Excessive, no. I think it's simple as that.
We've seen excessive in our day. I mean, I coached at Seton Hall. I'm an East Coast guy here in the Mountain West, and that's not flagrant. And they play really hard out here in the Mountain West as well, but not flagrant at all.
A day that began on Fox in the Big East, then made its way to the Big 12, and now here we are in the Mountain West tonight, where Grand Canyon is trying to pull off a late-night upset on the road at Boise State. A team that's won their last 6 home games. Their only loss at home this year was to non-Division I Hawaii Pacific to start the season. And now another foul. That's on Williams, and that's his second.
Yeah, that was out of his zone. They were in a 1-3-1. He puts the ball to the floor. Goes up. Williams appears to get a lot of the ball, but somebody. Buchanan, an excellent free throw shooter as well. So these small plays just add up and change momentum. You know, right now, a 12, looks like maybe an 11-point lead. Very, very attainable for the Broncos.
And Boise State's 15 of 16 at the line. Meanwhile, Hail Mary goes to Shaw. Good defensive transition for Carmichael, but Shaw just gets the 2 points.
Yeah, Shaw's been well schooled. You know, like his dad was a terrific player at Toledo. His entire family is basketball, his DNA, and just knows what to do, how to do it, and when to do it.
And that stopped a 7-0 Boise State run. Meadows trying to get going underneath Fielder. Boy, the jerseys came swarming out of nowhere and ends up being a stop. Owusu Anane.
Yeah, Fielder has to catch that and get right to the rim. You know, he's a 6'11", he's a long, big guy, commits a hard foul there. He's got to play harder on offense and finish around the bucket.
This is the last foul, or the last bucket for Grand Canyon. This can't happen if you're Boise State.
Yeah, it really can't. You want to press, and you want to. Carmichael missed his assignment, and Shaw made him pay for it.
Broncos had just worked so hard to go on that 7-0 run, get that momentum back. They had the flagrant foul. You could feel, as much as Grand Canyon has dominated this game, that it was hanging to the balance a bit, and Boise was starting to get that edge again. And then an over the top for an easy 2.
It is definitely a game of runs, but the runs have been much more extensive and repetitive for the Lopes here. And again, now we're having some histrionics here on the foul line. Guys are getting to know one another pretty well.
Boise State has 21 points from the field, 15 from the foul line. So their free throw shooting is keeping them in this game. It's 13 at the moment. Taken away. Nato to the hoop. Up and under.
That's an electric coast-to-coast finish. Defense leads to offense. Nato getting the crowd involved.
The freshman from Angola, and then Fielder and Breidenbach with some chirping. That intensity is building tonight here in Boise. Timeout on the floor. It's called by Grand Canyon, so now they only have 1 timeout remaining. And what a play here by Nato going to the hoop.
Yeah, Nato's just got eyes for the basket. Up, under, and to his left hand. Very impressive for a freshman from Angola. Now we have some bench activities. Face-to-face. Bryden back. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. They're looking at this pretty hard. I think the face-to-face was kind of mutual, and if it went any further, they'll adjudicate it.
I did just enjoy the construction worker explaining to his buddy he missed the goal. So we're going to have another review here.
Well, Trent, it's a hard hat game. You know, right now guys are getting after it. This game is monumental for both teams. And now the building is involved, and now teams have to make adjustments as the referees sort this out.
And I think they're going to take a peek here at what happened at the end of the play between Breitenbach and Fielder, where this all began. Left side of your screen right now, where's the chirping? Those guys go face to face. Was there a shove?
There was a little late bump by Fielder. Fielder started the chirp and then gave the bump. So if it probably will be something that, okay, we have a technical on both guys and we play on, much like the NFL. These guys go at it for hours and nothing happens. But the chirp and the bump on video is going to be really important for the referees to take a look at it and figure it out.
Coach, you said something really interesting a second ago about the significance of this game for both teams. We get another peek at where that bump happened as Fielder goes face-to-face with Breitenbach and then just kind of shoves that left shoulder lean a little bit.
Yes.
But what started that, and that's what the officials are going to try to sort through here. But for Grand Canyon, if they're able to get a win at Boise, this could change the complexity of their season. For Boise State, a team that is perennially on the bubble, I mean, these are the games, especially after missing the opportunity at San Diego State. This is a game Boise State cannot afford to lose.
Absolutely. And Grand Canyon is not the average Joe program. They're coming in here to the Mountain West to win. So many times you'll have teams and programs and universities changing conferences, and you have to pay your dues. Right now, Grand Canyon is making a name for themselves in this building. They're acquitting themselves quite well as the referees still pondering. Watch, this is a close one. These challenges and reviews are just...
And it's been a bit of a frustrating night for Drew Fielder, who came off the bench in this game. And now it looks like we're going to be getting our announcement here.
It appears like they're going to go with nothing, meaning a technical on each guy, which will give them both personal fouls. But the way both coaches are reacting, I don't see anyone getting a major advantage here.
Okay, so we're going to get an explanation here, but again, this is a significant game.
Technicals and personals, all right? You got it. You got it.
And also number 32 has been issued 2 contact dead ball technical fouls. It's going to be GCU's ball on the side out. No penalty free throws will be shot.
All right, so all that cancel each other out. Let's play ball.
I think that's good stuff. This the Mountain West. I think great officiating tonight because these teams are going after one another. They got right in between. No harm, no foul, except there's 2 technicals, which means there's 2 more personal fouls. One for Fielder and the other for Breitenbach.
Randy Richardson with the authority on the mic tonight. He's getting quite a bit of airtime. Mark Riggs, Amy Bonner, our officials tonight. 49-38 through all of this. Grand Canyon has an 11-point lead. They've led by as many as 18. And that was just 3 minutes ago. Demerol was the hot hand in the first half. Demerol now battling with Fielder. 10 to shoot and a whistle. That's going to be a foul against Boise State.
I think Carmichael kind of grabbed him, tried to keep him in front. What happens after those kind of situations, now the referee's going to just go a little bit closer. So you have to have the wherewithal to understand, I can't play with my hands, I got to play with my feet, and they got Carmichael there.
So that's 3 on Carmichael. Grand Canyon, 10 to shoot. Stromer down low. Henley lost it. Picked up by Buchanan. Broncos off and running. Buchanan, coast to coast. Yes!
I love the poise of Buchanan on his attacks to the rim. He goes, it's in slow motion. and he just navigates himself so well to get the ball to the basket. And again, getting the Bronco crowd involved.
Grand Canyon's third turnover in the last 2 minutes, fourth in the last 4. And that 18-point deficit has been cut to 9.
Yeah, they got Fielder. There was a little bit of commotion right there. But again, watch Buchanan just take, he really sees the floor like a quarterback, you know, breaking the line of scrimmage and finding the first down marker and puts the basketball, you know, in the basket. A really poised young man that was an NAIA player, proved himself, and now he's a major force in the Mountain West.
Demerol running out of room in the corner, and he was fouled. Well, Demerol was caught with nowhere to go but bumped. And that's going to be the 5th on Boise State.
Yeah, that's what happens. If it gets elevated, then I guess the game's called differently, and both teams have to adjust. And usually the team behind is more aggressive, and right now it's the Broncos. So you have to play good defense without fouling.
Stromer goes down low. Owusu-Amene, not happening. Taken away by Pearson Carmichael. Here he comes. Step back, corner 3. Short.
Yeah, Carmichael thought about it, stopped, and thought about it again. You just can't think. If you're open, you got to pull it and let it go. And right there, too much thought, not enough bucket.
Jumper for Henley, and a response for the Lopes.
You know, the old school people out there listening, that was a little bit, I know I'm from New York, New Jersey, Bernard King going to his left, pulling up, tremendous rhythm. Henley's a prolific scorer in the Mountain West.
Now here's Buchanan from downtown. Broncos only down by 8. Just when you think Grand Canyon has Boise put away.
Yeah, Buchanan is just he's a leader. He's evolving. He's a senior. Impressive.
A dozen tonight for Buchanan. 10 to shoot for Moore. Moore slashing. Misses the layup. Trying to make it a 2-possession game. Buchanan calling for the ISO against the zone. Carmichael takes it up and in.
Here's the run that we were waiting for. Again, right now, the Broncos in a 1-2-2 3-quarter court, slowing down the Lopes. So it's a chess match going on. Leon Rice is saying, listen, not so easy.
Grand Canyon only has 1 timeout left. Remember, Bryce Drew lost the challenge, and a foul here is going to be number 4 on Carmichael. With 10:05 left in the half. Boise has made 4 of the last 5 shots. The Broncos steamrolling tonight. Including this from downtown Buchanan. We got a ball game. Six and a half minutes ago, Grand Canyon had an 18-point lead in this game and all the momentum on their side. Everything has turned and is going Boise State's way. They've made 4 of the last 5 shots. Jaden Buchanan, 7 in the second half, leading the way, and now 2 possession difference.
Trent, you hit it right on the head. It's like San Diego State all over again. Like you said, they've done it before. I know Coach Rice doesn't want to get down to have to come back, but very capable team, the Broncos. A huge run, cuts it to 6 with 10 minutes to go. It's an eternity, and this is going to be a knockout, and it has been. It's been a lot of festivities, extracurriculars going on, and it's a great Mountain West atmosphere and game.
Malik Williams, leading scorer off the bench. 7 to shoot. Shaw, 4 seconds. Shaw, 2 seconds. Shaw's got to put it up. Just gets it off in time. Missed it. Fighting for the rebound. Close play in the corner. And this will likely get reviewed. We'll see who was last to touch it. They'll say it's going to stay with Grand Canyon.
Yeah, Broncos now, not only are they're not going to, let's see here.
Yeah, Leon Rice is going to challenge this.
Got to challenge it. Looked like it was off of Effie for sure, right in front of Grand Canyon's bench. But the call went to the Broncos.
So Nato has his hands in there, but Demerel also does, and last to touch it. And I mean, it's tough to tell. That angle especially was pretty difficult. Lopes got the ruling on the floor.
In real time, it's so difficult. When the ball, how many times have you played in the schoolyard? The ball goes out of bounds, the call's made, and you move on. I like the challenge idea, but now, in some way, shape, or form, there's so many challenge. Am I challenged? Every player now thinks they're in the NBA. They twirl their finger. They want a challenge. Quite honestly, it's slowing the game down a little bit. But that looks like you can see Effie's. You know, is he touching the ball right there? It looks like it to me, but I think they're going to reverse this, and the crowd's going to go crazy. I'm going to go on a limb right here and say we're going to have a reversal. The crowd stands up, and we got a basketball game.
And it looks like you're going to be exactly right. So this is going to end up being Boise State basketball.
After the call's been overturned, it will be Boise's ball side out. They keep their timeout and also the ability to challenge.
And the ability to challenge is an important one because Bryce Drew does not have that same option after losing a challenge. A challenge that at the time was questionable anyway and really did turn the momentum in this game.
Oh, it's when things are going good, man, you let them go. And right now they're going for the Broncos. So it's run after run after run. But again, 9:42 left. Plenty of time in a 2-possession basketball game.
Here's Dylan Andrews, the UCLA transfer. Just 4 points tonight, all at the line. Buchanan rising up in the second half, coming off a 29-point night, gets hit, and now he's got 2 free throws coming after taking a hard fall.
Again, he catches the basketball in the middle of the floor, doesn't rush, takes his time, knows he has a 7-footer on him, goes to his right, gets bumped, draws the foul, goes down hard. He's a tough young man right there. And a really good basketball player.
It's a second on Demerel, so that's going to send Buchanan to the line. Javen, who had like a hip back surgery in the offseason.
Yep.
And has come out of that feeling way better, playing way better, and he's become one of the top leaders for this Boise State team.
Preparing for the game, you watch this young man, Buchanan, and poise, leadership, fundamentals. He's turning into one of the better players, not only here at Boise, but in the Mountain West.
So now a 7-0 run over the last 2 minutes, and it's a 4-point game. Again, if you're just joining us, Grand Canyon was up by 18 at the 16-minute mark of the second half. That's evaporated in a hurry. Good take there and a score for Jaden Henley, needed for the Lopes.
Yeah, Henley just kept his dribble alive. Hesitation, waltz to the basket, kisses it off the glass. A well-needed bucket for the Lopes.
Inside of 9 minutes to play. 2-possession game. Buchanan inside out. Good look at a 3, but missed everything. Wow.
Yeah, that was wide right.
Can happen here. Right side. Shaw now. The response.
Yeah, Shaw having a really strong game. Just doing so many things on both ends of the floor for the Lopes. 2-3 zone now. They're attacking the middle of the zone. But again, 1-3-1, 2-3, man-to-man. Coach Bryce Drew is giving him a lot.
Caleb Shaw now with 10 second-half points. And another 50-50 call goes Grand Canyon's way.
Yeah, Shaw he's a player, man. It's in his genes. It's in his DNA. We just had a correctable situation here. We didn't have to challenge. The ball was clearly off of the Lopes. Good job by the referee, saving time and making the right call.
Yeah, so they get together. Initially, it was going to be Grand Canyon basketball. That gets overturned. So Broncos keep it, but not a lot of time on the clock, just 5 seconds. This is Andrews. He knows what's on the timer. Baseline 2 is an air ball, and if it wasn't picked up, it'd be a shot clock violation. Mekhi Williams, the point guard, off the bench for Grand Canyon. But he plays starter minutes and has big-time production. Shaw with the shot fake. Now it's Williams. Strong. Offensive rebound. Demerel. Ball is still loose. Taken away by Boise State. Parallel underneath. And then it's stopped on the other side. Carmichael got pinned.
Mekhi Williams just did about 4 or 5 things there that were elite.
Up and under. Jaden Henley, the reverse lay-in. And now GCU has the mo.
Williams and Henley are a handful. That was tremendous block. Mekhi Williams, a point guard, says, get it out of here. We're in the Mountain West.
Bryce Drew knows a thing or two about upsets. Just ask Ole Miss back in 1998, or St. Mary's as recently as 2024. But right now, Grand Canyon in January trying to pull off what would be the biggest upset of the early slate in the Mountain West, up 11 with 7:22 to go. And it's been the Stars carrying the load for Grand Canyon. It was Demerel in the first half. He had 13, and now Henley stepping up in the second half. Those two are doing everything.
I mean, incredible job. And then don't forget Williams either. Like right now, he's electric, blocking shots. But Demerel's start was immense. Henley's going to finish. You know he's going to get his. And then Williams is showing how athletic a basketball player is and talented. So those are 3 elite games being played by those 3 players.
And now Henley is 17. That's his season average, and extends the run to 8-0 for Grand Canyon. Extends their lead to 12. Both teams have shot free throws well. Grand Canyon 6 of 7, but Boise State 17 of 18. The free throw shooting for Boise State's been big.
Great move here by Coach Drew, going zone and slowing down the pace of the Bronco offense. So again, it's a 2-3 zone. They give the middle, it's kind of open, but right now they're staying in front of everything.
Circus shot for Carmichael, deep in the shot clock goes for the Broncos.
Degree of difficulty extremely high, but much needed bucket for the Broncos.
10-point game, a little over 6.5 minutes to play. That was the difference at halftime. Williams, deep in the clock, 7 seconds. Demerel's trying to seal underneath. Williams gets fouled by Nato with 3 on the timer. It's Nato's first, but that puts Grand Canyon in the bonus.
Yeah, this is like desperation time. You know, you go, it's a whirling dervish bucket, but the Broncos will take it. But on the other end, Williams and Nato going at it, it's worth the price of admission. 2 really athletic basketball players. Nato, a freshman, is going to learn, but Williams is quite a basketball player with a great touch, feel for the game, and as athletic as they come from point guards in this conference.
Grand Canyon struggled at home against Colorado State in their last game. Now on the road, Williams trying to lead Grand Canyon. It was Williams who was really the one real strong performer for Grand Canyon. He had a season best 22 points in that game. He has 9 now and has the Lopes up a dozen.
Trent again, the zone slows down the momentum. They have to find the open man, probe it, and be prepared to shoot it earlier than late in the clock.
Fielder beyond the free throw line, mid-range 2.
That's the weakness in the zone right there, the high post. But again, it's a contested 2. So it's not a bad basket to give up. Not that you want to give up a basket, but you're not giving up an open 3. You're chopping 15 to 20 seconds off the clock. So it's a chess match.
10 seconds to Williams. On the attack, goes right to the hoop. Shot was missed. Meadow gets the long rebound. It's been a quiet night for Meadow. Pass taken away by who else? Mekhi Williams.
Yeah. And again, now Grand Canyon smart, taking some time. Coach Drew calling a play, and again, it'll be late clock with Williams directing the traffic.
And then burying the 3 to silence Bronco Nation.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough. That's NBA-like play. You put them to sleep, they back off, he steps back. A lot of confidence.
It's timeout called by Boise State, and you can hear a pin drop in ExtraMile Arena.
Just like a pseudo ball screen, you've got to get up on a guy like Williams. You have to get up on him. At this point in time, you can't give up an open 3 when you're down 10. So again, but it goes to confidence. Right now, he has the block shot. He's sharing the basketball. He only has 8 points, but it's not all about points. He's spreading the wealth. Henley scoring. Early start, so it's adding up to be a tough road for the Broncos to come back in this one, but anything is possible in the Mountain West.
Yeah, now down 13 with inside of 5 minutes to go. Williams up to a dozen now, but you think about Grand Canyon, 4 in double figures. Henley's 17 leading the way. Demerel's 13 in the first half. We saw Williams dozen, and then Shaw has had 10 all in the second half. Grand Canyon is shooting 10 for 17 in the second.
Again, more zone, more clock being burned by the Broncos. We're under 10. High post is open.
Buchanan has his pocket picked by Williams. Just lost sight of the point guard.
Yeah, if you put it down in the middle of the zone and you have guys like Henley and Williams, you better beware because they're going to take it from you.
Grand Canyon has no problem draining some clock here. Breidenbach, 5 seconds. Owusu-Anene spins his way through. Fall away 2, dances on the rim and drops.
The transfer from Brown, not only is he talented, he's smart. I mean, you go to Brown, you're smart. Just took his time, got to his sweet spot.
Nato misses the 3, Shaw gets the rebound, and Grand Canyon is on the brink of doing the unthinkable at this point. Grand Canyon, with 1 road conference win already, went into Wyoming, got a victory in Laramie, and now trying to do the same in Boise.
Yeah, great response by GCU.
Breidenbach, he hits that, that's the dagger. Might be anywhere.
They're combining their defense and their offense in the second half. They're stealing the basketball, they're rebounding it, they're churning clock now with a lead, so the complete second half for Coach Drew is right in front of us, Trent.
And fans are starting to leave ExtraMile Arena right now. People are getting up, headed for the exits. Boise State down by 15 with less than 3 minutes to go. Williams turns on the Jets, gets to the hoop, extends it to 17, and what an early season statement we're seeing tonight for Grand Canyon University.
Yeah, they're clearing out in Boise. Right there, Carmichael cannot guard Williams, so it was a matchup. They exploited it. Williams goes to the bucket. And again, the zone's giving the Broncos a really, really tough time here in the second half.
Grand Canyon, the new meat in the Mountain West Conference, saying, yeah, we belong. They're up 17 against Boise State with 2:28 to go. It's 11:16 p.m. local time here in Boise, and Bronco fans have seen enough. Everyone's headed for the exits. Hardly anybody's left because Grand Canyon is coming to town, and they have a 17-point lead with 2:28 to go in this game. And Bryce Drew, a winner everywhere he's been, has taken Grand Canyon to 3 straight NCAA tournaments. And you just look across the board, the balance tonight for Grand Canyon.
Yeah. Everybody stepped up at different points, and then they came together in the second half. Very impressive road victory. The first time they're coming in here as Mountain West competitors, and huge. Well, again, we have 2:28 left, but a lot of people in this building don't think there's any chance for the Broncos to come back.
And just look at the defensive number. Boise State has 52 points with 2:28 to go in this game.
No.
I mean, they're 8 for 21 from the floor in the second half. And of the 52 points, they've gotten 18 of them at the foul line tonight. So it's been the free throw shooting has been the only thing that's given the Broncos a pulse. Shaw's just going to dribble it out here and take their time. He gets fouled. Grand Canyon's going to get a couple of free throws. But you just think about this transition for Grand Canyon from the WAC to the Mountain West, looking for a place to call home. And it was uncertain for a little bit. They weren't supposed to come into this conference until next year. But they're here now. And much to the chagrin, I think, of some of the teams that may be departing, like Boise State, Grand Canyon has gone on the road and has raised the eyebrows of the entire league for this kind of statement they're making tonight.
Yeah, Coach Drew, really very underrated defensive coach. When you think about him, it's the shot,
yeah,
right? And playing in the NBA and making multiple threes. He's got 11 new people on the team. He's got 4 new people on the staff, and he's changed the conference, and he's winning big games. So it's like, we talked about it before, it's in the DNA. And there's Mr. Meadow. It's been a while since we said his name.
That's just his second bucket tonight. He got fouled. He'll shoot a free throw here, trying to turn 2 into 3.
Great forward pass. Again, look, this cannot happen, Coach. Bryce Drew is not, we can't get the ball in front of our team up 14 with 2:10. Let's keep everything in front of us. We have to have transition defense, finish the game clean. Right there, the Lopes did not take care of business.
And Grand Canyon again, 2:10 left, 13-point game. A lot of folks in Boise think it's over, but as you put, still basketball left, and Grand Canyon has to take care of business. But you keep thinking about Grand Canyon and their home court advantage. To have 2 road wins in their first 2 conference games, and then the one thing they always say, Coach, you know this, defense travels, and it did tonight for Grand Canyon.
It traveled in a big way. The players responded. They lost the other night at home, as you said. I'm doing a game there next Saturday that's incredibly electric, and they had nothing. So tonight, who responded? Big response by the Lopes.
Lofty expectations for Grand Canyon. Picked to finish 4th in the league, but they haven't really had that statement showing yet. Their maybe best game was a loss against Oklahoma State. They played well to win in Wyoming, but this would be the signature of the season to date. Up ahead, Henry, the slam for the finishing touch for Grand Canyon.
That was tough. NATO just literally, that was the second half, and fell down with the basketball. Grand Canyon steals it and finishes. That was symptomatic of the entire second half that was dominated by the Lopes.
Meadow gets fouled on his way up, so he'll take 2 more free throws with 97 seconds left.
Yeah, again, you just, can't say much about that. Just lose your footing, you go down, and you pay for it on the other end. The Lopes came in here and just took the building over, literally, and cleared it.
Breidenbach just picked up his 3rd. Yeah, you look around, you're starting to think to yourself, there might have been more people at shoot-around today than in the building right now.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard
being a bit facetious.
As a coach, when you're at home, the pressure is totally, there's a lot of pressure on you at home, especially this is my first time out here. The fans, the people of the city are excited about Bronco football, obviously Bronco basketball. Coach Rice has done an incredible job, but when things go awry, it's a slice of humble pie. And the other night they got it in San Diego in a tough loss. Really have to feel for Coach Rice. But today they just got it handed to them in their own building.
And you just kind of wonder how a team's going to react to a loss like that. I mean, how different could we be talking about Boise State if Dylan Andrews gets that shot to fall that was more than 2/3 of the way in regulation? And if if Boise State wins that game at San Diego State, you feel like everything's different.
That's why I'm in broadcasting. It's a make or miss, as you see it now, it's a make or miss game. And those makes and misses make, coaches' careers, players' careers, and eventually it affects championships. And right now, Grand Canyon just really responded, and it was an impressive victory for these guys.
And to go on the road, win their first 2 conference road games, Williams adds another to his total, 16 now.
Kai Williams is unguardable right now. They're putting everybody on him, and he just goes to the basket, and it's a layup drill from the Kai.
Everyone's talked about the talent for Grand Canyon and just kind of waiting to see it play out. Well, I think Boise State knows a thing or two about Grand Canyon's talent after what we've seen tonight. Buchanan spins his way for 2.
I think, Trent, we go back to the start, the 8-0 start by Demerol. I mean, he just came in here and said, listen, we're going to play really hard. We're going to go inside. We're going to be physical. We're going to rebound. Everything that Coach Bryce Drew said in the shoot-around came to fruition.
Yeah, it really set the tone on the night. Boise State making some lineup adjustments, bringing Keenan Fielder off the bench. We'll see what happens moving forward. Boise's not going to back down. They're a good team. They're going to finish in the top half of the league, but there's another bucket for Henley, so he gets to 20 points. Final 15 seconds. Aaron's 3 missed. It's going to be Grand Canyon basketball with 7.5 seconds left, as GCU is going to not just win at Boise State, but an emphatic victory. A 17-point win on the road to pick up their 2nd victory as a Mountain West program. 75-58 the final, as Bryce Drew's team makes a statement tonight, Coach.
The statement it was a response to a tough home loss. The Broncos come home after one of the hardest losses I've ever witnessed and just didn't have that physicality, toughness, grit that we're used to from the Broncos. So I think the Mountain West right now is like, you got to bring it every night. It doesn't matter where the games are played. There are a lot of good basketball teams.
A lot of good basketball teams, and we see Grand Canyon tonight go on the road to Boise State and come away with a 17-point victory. For my partner, Greg Herenda, and our entire Fox Sports crew, my name is Trent Rush. Thanks for being with us tonight in Boise, Idaho, where Grand Canyon makes their presence known. A welcome to the Mountain West. Not so kind, maybe a message to everybody else in the league as they beat Boise 75-58. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for watching Fox College Hoops tonight in the Mountain West.